Welcome.
Welcome, y'all, to Shade and the City. And, the Really BTV reviews. Our girl is running a little bit late. So, we're here with y'all. We didn't want to keep y'all. I already pushed it back 15 minutes. So we didn't want to keep y'all waiting too much longer. But yeah, y'all. So we appreciate you being with us on this good Sunday morning. I ain't had my coffee yet. I'm drinking it now. So, if I trip up on my words, it's literally, I need coffee to get my day started. But yeah. And so if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And Chuck, my cable is effed up. I didn't see the episode. Is it on YouTube? I don't care about spoilers because I love y'all's reviews. Well, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it, y'all. So yeah, we're going to get into this intro. And honestly, this episode wasn't a lot to get into. If y'all was in T's live last night, y'all saw him try to eat me up. I love you, fellow Pisces and friend. It's okay. But anyway, I'll take that for my friend. But anyway, y'all. So yeah, let's get into it and let's get shady. All right, y'all. So we kick off this episode. The people, these young ladies, Kim and what's the name, Christina, they still going at it.
The hood baby.
What'd you say?
I said that's the hood baby.
The hood baby, right? Yeah, they still going at it, and it's nice establishment. I was like, do y'all have no coup? Okay. People are looking around trying to see what's going on, and as Anel said, she called Christina tells her she's acting like a hood baby. And Christina thinks that Kim isn't making any sense right now in what she's saying. I kind of felt the same way. I'm not gonna hold you. This whole scene for me was like, really, are we still doing this? But you know how Carlos like to do. We like to pick up where we left off. So fine.
It bothered me that every time Christina called her something or said something, she was like, "Well, you're ignorant." Well, I'm like, girl, you have a mind of your own. Come up with your own shit.
Right. Black BK's Empress? I'm sorry. Good morning, Terica. Is this supposed to be? So Terica, we was just talking about that backstage. I haven't the slightest clue. I thought it was supposed to be the finale. I asked T last night in his live. He's unsure. So because obviously it looks like we're gonna get another episode, but from what I was told, nah, that wasn't supposed to be the case. So I don't know, y'all. Xavier said, "Good morning, hey boo." Felicia, good morning. They were definitely going in circles. Absolutely. Good morning, Ace. So yeah, y'all. She goes on to tell Kim, like Nell said, that she's ignorant and she will not allow her to make her feel small. So then Kim brings up this whole Android argument again, which that's when I really started rolling my eyes.
But now we know it wasn't Christina that said it.
Right.
It was the friend.
Right. And so, it wasn't Christina that said it. So I don't know why she wants to fall on the sword. I think that if she really doesn't want to be friends with the girl, then it clearly is much deeper than this. And maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, was the Android argument. I don't know.
I actually got the vibe that Kim wouldn't have minded like them trying to rekindle their friendship. It was more Christina.
Oh, absolutely. I got that vibe as well. But basically, Kim is like, well, I can't trust you. And, I feel like you're manipulative. And I hear about, my name basically in your mouth at your birthday party. And, why is that? And she's like, it's so many layers to this, right? And so basically she's like, Kim's like, I'm not trying to be your best friend. I just want to coexist. And, they agree that they can coexist. But it was 5 minutes of my life that I couldn't get back. I literally was looking at the time and I was like, it feels like I should be 15 minutes into this episode and it's only been 5.
I feel like Kim still left with an attitude.
She did.
Even though she was like, yeah, I just want to be able to coexist. Christina was like, all right, bye, girl. She ain't even say nothing. She just put her jacket on and left. I was like, oh.
So Xavier, I told Really B this. We were texting last night, and I was like, "Yo, is this supposed to be the season finale?" And we were, debating about it. And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I heard." But again, this is all alleged because again, this is what we heard. But to your point, I told her this. I said it wouldn't surprise me because I said even if you have a bad season, even if you look at Bad and Bougie, for instance, they still gave them 8 episodes, usually for like a first or one, like a season they don't believe is going to go too far. They'll at least give you 8 episodes. So I was at least expecting 8. And when I saw we were only on episode 6, I said, that's pretty bad. If it really is not coming back on. For all we know, maybe it's like a mid-season thing. You know how Carlos likes to break things in half. I don't know.
That. The fact that they're making it seem like it's coming on next week.
I don't know, y'all. Y'all again continue to drop your comments in the chat and let me know y'all thoughts. But yeah, I don't know. And then Ace said, "Kim, girl, you got an Android, let it go or get an iPhone." Ace, I agree with you. I don't let nobody shame me. I do not let nobody shame me about my Android. Okay, I love it. It is a whole tablet. I don't care.
I think it was more, like I said, I think it was more than the Android comment. I think it was I don't remember exactly what she said, but
the mediocre comment. It was really
about her being mediocre.
Right. Hey, Bean. Hey, little baby.
Hey.
It was weird how they left on. So yeah, hey, Really B. Oh, look, I'm saying hey, Really B, and she backstage. My bad. Hey, boy.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get home in time. Child.
No,
it was early.
What you say?
I asked her where she was at this early, and it just got quiet.
Look, and it was so funny, right? Because I was gonna say
still quiet.
Really be
I'm out running errands. Okay. I don't know about y'all. I don't know where y'all be, but I'm out running errands.
Really be. I did see you was outside last night.
I was outside. I sure was. I was.
And you made it back home the same night?
The same night. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Y'all fools.
Look, we don't know what errands she was running. She might have been running to CVS going to get a day out.
Look, that's backstage conversation.
Okay.
Morning.
Look, Bravey said Really be out in these streets early.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen.
So
I don't know what y'all talking about.
So Really,
right,
did you hold on? I want to get her thoughts. So, what was your thoughts on that first scene with Kim and Christina?
I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I don't care. We still don't know why they mad at each other. We still don't know why Kim is doing the most. We still don't like. You didn't make me care about this, and I know this was supposed to be the big. The big to do, but y'all didn't. Production did not make me care about this argument, so I didn't care about the resolution, and I don't care about why. Like, we never got a cohesive reason why Kim is so mad.
Correct. I agree with that. BK's Empress said Kim thought she ate with that Steve Urkel read. Girl, bye. Yes, she really thought she.
Yeah, everything Kim did. Part of the problem for me was Kim came on way too strong, way too fast. Like, we didn't ease into it. She didn't say, "Hey, girl, is it okay if me and you talk?" Like, I could even see if she had pulled her aside and said, "Listen, we're going to be around each other. Can we talk? Can we try to clear the air?" But the way she came at her from that very first scene told me what she was on. And at that point, I no longer had any sympathy or empathy for where she was coming from because of the way she approached it. And then when she finally told the story, your big one was the cell phone. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
Ace said Kim is pretty basic to me, so mediocre. No shade. Yeah. Ooh. She came on way too strong. Ravine said Kim is doing the very most for nothing. Okay, and the throwing the clothes fell flat. I agree with all those points. All right, my bad, Nels. I know I interrupted you a couple times. Go ahead.
All right, so Christina went to the Star Factory to record her demo. She said with her brother Jason and a well-known producer named Keith John. Apparently, Her brother landed her an opportunity to be on a song that's going to be played at the Pistons. Um, Now, I feel like last season her singing sounded a little bit better than it did this season. Maybe she really does need the training and the coaching, because it was giving whisper, and I don't
Okay.
mean it whisper. It was bad.
So I ain't gonna hold you. I tried to give her some grace as as myself, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I understand, you might be a little, rusty. However, I think you're going into the studio. I think that if you've done this before, of exercises and things that you can do before you get there. Second, I just kind of feel like we need to. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm tired of seeing everybody try to sing. Every show is that and this goes for, I'm sorry, Melody, Destiny. I'm tired of seeing everybody trying to sing. Not everybody is supposed to do this, okay? Not everybody got
Okay.
this. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I said it.
She says she's following in her parents' footsteps. Okay, they were singer-songwriters in the gospel community. Her mom, I guess, was pretty big, and she following in their footsteps.
See, and I'm gonna be quiet.
Now she talks about how she needs Brandon in the studio with her so that she can do better. Girl, I don't know
You
why
know,
this aggravated me.
you do know church is not like the Apollo. They gonna clap for you even when you struggling.
You the worst.
I'm just saying.
What?
Listen, listen. I'm gonna be honest with you guys because I don't trust nothing with this show. I really don't trust nothing with Carlos's shows at this point, and I know that's a sad thing to say, but that's just how I feel. I almost feel like this was set up for that scene where Brandon was in the studio with her, and all of a sudden now Brandon is in there giving you direction, and you just sound. I mean, she still didn't sound great, but she sounded a lot better. That Brandon, no, no, do that better. No, do it again. No, make sure that you crossing your T's and your la 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 blue blue blue. I was like, girl, if you could have said your heart, you don't tell you the shit he's telling you because he was telling you
Oh,
basic shit.
Is it breaking
Like,
up for you?
wrong
yeah, it's
again.
breaking up. You were breaking up really big.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm driving. Sorry. Yeah. Can you hear me better now?
Mm-mm. It's still breaking.
Yeah, you're still breaking up a little bit.
No. Okay. All right. I'm gonna shut up for a minute then. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna try to get to a better space.
Well, then she has a conversation with her brother about whether she should hold it together or if she should leave. She comes from a family where they fight for marriages. Girl, you already made your decision. You're not leaving this man. I think her brother knew that too. Her brother was like, "Oh,
I'm with you, Xavier.
the melody."
I don't think neither one of them. Everybody that I named, I don't think should be doing what they're doing.
Goodness.
I say what I said.
Well, her brother basically, I think he just knew that that's what she wanted to hear. So he was like, yeah, stick it out, fight for your marriage. And I mean, it's not like it made a difference anyway, because that's what she was going to do anyway. So he told her basically, you do your part and he'll do his.
Xavier said they could form a girl group called Carlos's Angels. Felicia said auto-tune can't help her. I'm with it. Hey, Paul.
Hey.
BK's Empress said she would have took him back whether her ring was upgraded or not. I agree.
Exactly.
Child.
And then I just like, if this is, so to your point, if this is what you do, again, okay, if this is what you do, you should need Brandon in the studio with you. This is in your blood. This your family does this.
Wasn't she doing it before she met Brandon? Ain't that why her and the dude, well, him and the dude got beef?
Right. That's why I was like, I'm over it. Over it. So basically, this next scene, we see Anthony. He spent some time with his aunt Cheryl. Anthony explains that his family has experienced a lot of loss lately, and he just wanted to connect with her. They both talk about how difficult grieving is because his boys were close to his grandmother and father. And so he often checks on them to see how they're doing. Now, I will say I did like this particular scene. And the reason that I liked it is because I can absolutely, I don't know what, I know, I'm not going to say I know why, or I don't know why, but I absolutely love the fact that he checks on his children. I think that sometimes when you're grieving yourself as a parent or as an adult, you often forget to check in on your kids and see how they're handling it. Maybe because you're, going through it yourself. And I think that's super, super important, because I know there's been times where people have passed away and no one's checked in to see how I'm doing. And I think I done already told y'all how I don't grieve well. And I think that is a part of it, because nobody ever checked in when I was younger to make sure I was processing. So I thought that was super important. His aunt tells him that basically they need to feel what they need to feel when they need to feel it. Anthony says his father was a pillar in the community of Detroit, and so helping a lot of kids move in the right direction. So basically, he said that he had wrote this plan, or I guess wrote this situation for Youthville, which I guess is what his dad was doing. And now that's come full circle, and now he has the man's movement. And so basically he just talks about following in his father's footsteps, and how he felt almost thinking that he was going to lose his aunt because she had battled cancer. And so he's just out here trying to help the community stay connected with his family. I like Anthony. I told y'all, I ain't even gonna hold you. I like Anthony. I like this scene. And honestly, if we still don't know if this is the last episode, but this actually made me be like, this is why I do like the show. So, but y'all know, let me know y'all thoughts.
I think he just had one good moment out of 2 seasons. I'm still not a fan. I appreciated the scene, but I'm still not a fan.
Hey, Eddie B.
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yes, yeah. Ma'am, you're clear.
So, honestly, I felt one way, but after listening to you, Treese, I'm like, maybe not. I just felt like, again, no disrespect to the grief. I'm glad that people can talk about grief, and like you said, that we're checking on each other and all of that. But right. Again, you talking about all the great things your dad did with the youth, and then connect, and you were like, yeah, because I wrote the curriculum when I was at Michigan State, and I did this, and and then it rolled into the man's movement, and I'm like, well, what's the curriculum for the man's movement? Tell me what that is. What's the man's movement?
Was even comparing man's movement to what his daddy did. I was like, sir, you're not really doing much with the man's movement.
Right. Because again, I follow Anthony on Instagram, and if he was doing a lot with the man, like, why haven't we seen flyer events? Why haven't we seen different things going on? Like, I haven't seen any fundraisers, any back to school events, any, dads with, daddy, take your son to school day. Like, I haven't seen anything that would make me think that you're doing anything.
It's giving he does something when it's time to film.
Exactly.
The shade of it all. Felicia said the softer side of Anthony was a great scene. Thank you, Felicia. I agree. Halfpin said
it was a great scene. It doesn't change who he is.
Oh Lord. Halfpin said I cringe every time they say man's movement. This cause needs another meeting. And Halfpin also said I felt the same way as Really B. I tried to emphasize, but there was something off for me about the scene with the aunt. But honestly, I don't care for him on the show. Okay. Man's movement for show only. Okay. All right. So y'all feel like this is just a show thing. Right. What does the man's movement do? That's hilarious. It reminds me, what does the nanny do? Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So Christina and Brandon, they get into the studio together. She feels like when they work together, magical things happen. The producer let him know, that she's been struggling since he wasn't there. And he's like, oh, so you need a daddy here? She was like, yeah, I did. He's hoping just to win some brownie points as a coach and as a husband. What?
Can I tell y'all, and y'all may disagree with me, but as somebody who has been in the studio, can I tell y'all how unrealistic that is? That a producer is going to sit and wait around for somebody else for you to get your shit together? Especially when you're not even, like, no shade, a star. Like, they can find anybody to sing this song. it didn't seem hard. And it said, and on no shade, was I the only one that was getting, she was singing Chloe's Have Mercy? I was like, this sounds very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Yeah, because I think she said they be flossing like I do or something.
Yeah, they be flossing like I do.
I was like,
girl. Oh,
this thing was definitely giving. He's moving back into the house because she already gave up the cookie, and now she don't.
Right.
Can't. She got her mind on that.
Knocked it down one good time,
exactly. So I don't know if being in the studio was a good idea. They were more focused on the deed than putting down the tracks. Although in this scene, she did sound a lot better than the first time she was in the studio without him. I guess his direction did something. So she thanked him for joining her in the studio and said that he is her superpower. She told him, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
She told him that Anthony wants her to be on his podcast, to talk about her music career. And he said, that's great because I'm the president and CEO of Christina Bowman Smith, the artist. So he'll definitely be shocked when he walks in the door with her because she ain't going to do the podcast without him. Then he said, after the way he talked to Chelsea, he feels, he's not comfortable with them just doing the podcast, just the two of them. So she lets him know, well, actually, I made Chelsea the head of my marketing, so she may actually be there as well because she's a part of the team. And he's like, yeah, you're definitely now not going by yourself. I can't have him talking crazy to the both of y'all. So then they move on to the subject of the ring, how beautiful it is. And that's really all it took. She asked him to come back home. And, of course, he's got this Cheshire smile on his face, and he's happy.
Of course. He want to get out of his mama house. You a whole grown man and you back at your mama house. You should absolutely. But Ace said Anthony is so sassy. How can he even lead men? Like, sir, sit down. Oh, wow. Ty's Tape Today, producer. I had the chance to meet Christina in person and also interview Christina. She is intelligent and a very talented woman. Okay. We appreciate your opinion. Two Geeks and a Nerd said bad acting from Kim for a bad reality show script, storyline, and all.
I like that name.
Two Geeks and a Nerd.
Yes.
Powerful. Good morning. Halfpin said, you notice they said officially come back home. He's been there. Oh yeah, I think he's been making, trips to drop something off.
Absolutely. To
drop something off, if you get what I'm saying. If you pick up what I'm putting down. Paul Brantley said when he gave her a new ring, he was back in the house. Right. Two Geeks and a Nerd said, is this the leftover episodes from first season shot, maybe? I don't know. Might be, possibly. Really, were you gonna say something?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, what I was gonna say was that's what I was saying when my sound went out. What I was saying was I felt like that studio scene was set up again because I just don't trust nothing that comes from Carlos King at this point. And I feel like Christina singing horribly, saying, I need Brandon, was a setup for the scene where all of a sudden Brandon swoops in and now all of a sudden he's the secret weapon and he's the reason why now she can get the song halfway right and she sounds a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like it just seems so contrived to me. I don't know. That's how and again, it could have been very organic. Maybe Brandon really is her magic touch, but it just seems so contrived. It just felt that way. And I think it's because production makes me feel like everything is contrived because of how badly these scenes come off to me. And maybe it's me, y'all. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe it's me. But that's just how I felt. As far as Brandon coming back home, whatever, anticlimactic, we knew that was going to happen. This whole Anthony thing, again, you are contriving a moment. Anthony don't rock with Chelsea and Chelsea don't rock with Anthony. There's absolutely no reason in the world why Chelsea needs to be at a podcast taping just because she's head of marketing. And what are you marketing, Christina? What? Head of marketing for what? Like, if I'm head of marketing I mean, I've never been head of marketing for anybody, but if I'm head of marketing, I don't think that means that I have to go to a podcast taping. So again,
No, and
y'all
can
are
I tell you
setting
to
up.
your point? You gotta have something to market. Sorry to cut you off, but you gotta have
Right.
something.
So I just feel like you're creating a moment where you know that Chelsea is gonna bring the smoke, Anthony's gonna bring the smoke, and now y'all just want another moment. That is how I felt if that whole moment, because none of that made sense to me. But I'm done. I'm on mute.
I hear you. I hear you. And Ace agreed with you. Okay, Ty. Ty chiming in again saying Chelsea has experience in marketing and branding. I don't understand why a lot of people are coming for Chelsea. No, I don't think that we're necessarily coming for Chelsea. I think that we're just saying that we're unclear of why she needs to basically be there at a pod.
Um, Yeah, and her resume isn't in question. I'm not saying she's not qualified to be head of marketing. I'm saying what is she marketing for Christina, and why does she need to be at a podcast taping? I'm not questioning her resume. I don't know her resume. I'm also, as far as why are people coming for Chelsea? I can speak for myself. I have an issue with Chelsea because I think Chelsea was doing too much. That is what I think. So that's me. But I'm only speaking for me.
Look, I told you T came for me yesterday in his live because he loves some Chelsea. He ain't like how we came in Chelsea. Ravine said,
Ain't nobody worried about T. Ain't nobody worried about T.
Ravine said Chelsea deserves apologies. Anthony was 100 times wrong. Yes, I think that we can all
Okay.
agree on that.
I
Little
agree
baby,
100% that Anthony owes Chelsea an apology. Absolutely. He
yeah.
absolutely does. And that's full stop, 100%.
Yes. And one thing I don't like is him out here being this mature man trying to lead others in the youth. I found it to be crazy that he can't find it find it in himself. Even if he gives the fake, I'm sorry if I made you feel. It's just the fact that he can't even muster that up. It's kind of crazy. Little baby said, you don't, all you need is material to market the podcast. They send you clips. Ty said, I was just speaking on people coming for her on Twitter, not you guys directly. Okay. Thank you for saying that. Ravine said, oh, and ladies, T got on y'all again in his recent. I know I was in there last night. Itty Bitty said, I agree, Really B. I believe this whole episode was fake. I don't buy Christina and Brandon's whole storyline. Hey, Chef Don Don. I'm still looking for the information. Aren't you supposed to be coming this way? I'm still looking for the information so I can go to the event. A said Anthony shouldn't be leading anybody. Well, I can kind of agree with that. So basically, this next scene, Kolby gets a visit from Kolby's aunt Carla. Apparently, her mother and Carla are twins, which I thought was really cute. So she's excited. What happened?
I did like this scene.
Yeah. So basically, she's excited about her welcoming a new little girl into the family. Kolby reveals that she was dealing with gender disappointment. And basically, Aunt Carla said it's not about you. We learned that Kolby's, well, I already said that they're twins. But basically, she talks about her IVF journey and how she lost 2 sets of twins. And of course, my heart just dropped hearing this story. And then you see Kolby just kind of like digest. Here I am over here complaining, or I won't say complaining, but just feeling disappointment, because just even disappointment, the word disappointment. And I know people are human, right? But just even feel disappointed when there are people out here who want to conceive and cannot. So I like this scene. I thought it was dope. And, basically it made Kolby open her eyes to the fact that, this is a blessing regardless of what it is. And I love when she said that, basically God brought this, baby here with a purpose. There's a purpose on this child, and it's your job to basically raise them and figure out what the purpose is. But it ain't for you to decide whether it be boy, girl, or indifferent. And I was here for it. I like this scene. What y'all think?
I agree. I think it was a great scene. And let me be honest, and I know a lot of people give Kolby a lot, but I think that Kolby's storyline is real. It may not be exciting, it may not be a lot of conflict, but I think a lot of women legitimately deal with this. And yes, a baby is a blessing, and we get it. But I think a lot of women do deal with wanting a boy or wanting a girl or
Right.
feeling like their husband isn't supporting them as much and or feeling overwhelmed. Like I think her storyline is probably the most genuine storyline on this freaking show. So
Mhm.
I definitely love this scene, and I thought that was a real moment. That was a real conversation. I felt those were words that Kolby needed to hear. And I was I
You
recognize
breaking up
Kolby for
again.
feeling how she felt about wanting a boy because I think that's real. Oh,
Right.
okay. Sorry, I'm almost home. I'm done.
But Halfpin said, yeah, it felt really genuine. Um, Thank you, Ravine. Yes, I was almost in tears hearing the story and how she found. And honestly, I loved when she talked about the whole, I guess, her husband becoming like the youth minister and how she, shared her truth. Like she didn't want anything to do with anybody else's kids because she was dealing with her own grief and loss. And I thought that was just so real and so
Mhm.
honest.
And it helps her heal
Right,
herself.
and how it helped her heal. I thought that was just really, really dope.
Mhm.
Yes, Chef Don, let's not forget to hit that like button. Ravine said Kolby was a realist storyline. I agree with Really B. Yep, I can agree. All right,
Okay.
now what? This is the last thing, right?
Yes, ma'am. So we moving on to the man's movement.
It's moving.
And
It's 2.0.
yes,
Ciao.
we- Anthony's having his man's movement 2.0 at Lincoln King High School. He said that he's invited some of the most influential people in Detroit to influence these kids to make better life decisions for themselves. Bravo is feeling some type of way because he's like, Anthony asked me to speak at the first one, but I didn't even get an invite to this one. Regardless, he said that he likes to help the community, so he gonna come through and help out anyway. Now he had Russell lead them in prayer. Then they brought out Mikey Epstein. Is that how you Eckstein, who managed Eminem's group D12 as well as Kid Rock. Then he brought out Miss Michigan, Alexis Fagan, and Marcel Dobine. Now the guys are talking, to Anthony, basically wondering where the hell Brandon's at. They're just kind of like, you know what, whoever's here is supposed to be here. Anthony volunteered to take care of everybody's dinner, invited them out. Brandon finally does show up late, but Anthony feels like, at this point, what was the point of you coming? You ain't even get to speak to nobody. You ain't get to speak to no kids. Um, so Brandon, first thing he says is, "What did I miss?" And everybody's basically like,
The whole
everything.
thing, right?
Yeah. Brandon said that he's getting a vibe off of Anthony. But because I guess Anthony's taking some jabs at him. I think we really didn't get all of that. Brandon just said it. Now, regardless, Anthony let him know that he is invited to this dinner that they plan to pay for, that the Thompsons are planning to pay for. Brandon talks about how great the man movement has come along and how involved he is, and told him in the spirit of leading by example, he thinks that he should apologize to Chelsea. Anthony said it's never gonna happen, never in life. Okay, and said that Brandon must have lost his mind on the ride over there, because he showed up late, and in 5 minutes into being there, he wants him to go on an apology tour. He said he's not apologizing for bird activity. So this man continues to disrespect Chelsea. Then Anthony's like, I don't even know why you brought my wife and Kolby to go ring shopping with Chelsea when Chelsea don't even like my wife. Then you sat there and let Chelsea disrespect my wife. So Brandon says, Kolby basically jumped into the conversation. So Chelsea kind of felt like it was 2 against 1, and really, what was he supposed to do? Bravo jumps in and tries to defend Brandon, and Anthony's like, I don't know what's up with this strange relationship that they got, but he don't need no, spokesperson. Anthony said that, why are we even really talking about Chelsea? Because she ain't popping. Brandon says she is popping, and Anthony's like, yeah, that's in your opinion on your level, maybe. And Brandon's like, see, now you throwing shots. Okay. Why are you trying to bring me down to whatever level you think I'm at? And really, you're showing your true colors. And, I'm just trying to come to you man to man. Anthony said, look, I understand your position, okay? And basically, I promise you I'll stay away from her. And Brandon kind of knows that's the best he's gonna get. That's it. That's all he's gonna get. It says that this man needs therapy. Oh, there was one more scene.
Oh, just Brandon coming home, but we knew that was
Yeah,
gonna
and then basically, then the last scene, Brandon is moving back in with his handful of clothes. Apparently, they're clean this time. He lets the kids know that daddy's moving back in. Bailey's happy, but she said that she was angry and sad at him. And next episode looks like, Bailey got a lot of questions for her daddy that it looked like it's hard for him to answer. And this is how we know that there's another episode coming, unfortunately.
So we think, I don't know. We still ain't figured that out, but Miss Gigi said, "Happy Sunday. Hello. I'm here to support and just say all of this. All of these folks are insufferable. Get rid of the Thompsons. They, Anthony, make the show unbearable for me. I felt Kolby's aunt's story." Okay, Miss Gigi.
I agree with everything you just said.
Felicia said Russell gonna get Kolby pregnant again and again until he gets his boy. Let's hope. Look,
She don't believe in control.
Huh? I was gonna say she can stop that if she really wants to.
I'd have been sneaking, taking some birth control.
Okay. Ravine said, "I think Brandon knows it was fake, so he didn't waste his time." Oh damn! Fake. Thank you, DeMarcus, for the super chat. What's good, ladies? I hope
Thank you,
check out.
boo.
Yes, I hope y'all check out Penguin and review the Penguin. I love y'all recap. So fire. Thank you. I've seen.
Thank you, DeMarcus.
Thank you. I've seen commercials for the Penguin. I
have no idea what that is.
It's like it's off, from Batman, and it's like a whole series based off of, I guess, like how they have the Joker. Yeah, it's like
okay.
Xavier said, "Poppin', Anthony is such a teenage girl."
Right, because what does that even mean? That sounded so juvenile. She ain't even popping. That sounded real elementary school, bro. Like, what does that mean?
Ray V said, "Who is Anthony to tell who's popping?"
Right.
Ace said, "Anthony continues to throw shots because why are you mad that Bravo defends Brandon?" That was a good point. He did feel away. Xavier says, "Anthony, you are literally an overgrown housewife. How are you popping?" Can I tell y'all this chat be more entertaining than this show?
It does. It does. Okay.
Pepper, morning. How you doing? Mahogany said, hey, I missed the beginning, but this was Def 3. Kolby seems very over this relationship, and I can see them separately next season or something. Well, I feel like I don't know about Kolby, but I will say I feel like I peeped an interview somewhere from another YouTuber, and I didn't get their name, and they interviewed Brandon and Christina, and I don't think that they living together again. I think they might be doing I don't know. That I didn't get a chance to really deep dive, but
that's because she took his ass back without no changed behavior.
Ooh. But when I do get the tea, if there is another episode, I will come back and report.
Yes,
Ravine said, "I'm saying as a person that is hands-on with the youth in my community, Anthony bringing only people in the entertainment industry does little for the youth. Where are the lawyers, the electricians? You better, Ravine. You better, and keep doing what you do. Shout out to you, Ravine." DeMarcus said, "Anthony needs to be on the Pop the Balloon challenge." That's funny. Ace said, "Yes, overgrown housewife. Y'all are cutting up today." Ravine said, "You bring all types of employment to speak to you." So you know what's so funny, Ravine? I actually thought about that, and I was just like, because I definitely think that you should allow kids to dream big, but I also think that, to your point, you should give them things that are reasonable and also obtainable. Everybody's not going to be the NFL star. Everybody's not going to be the super producer. Everybody, let them know that it's okay to do other things that and go work a 9 to 5 every day and still make money. Like, that's okay too. That's absolutely okay.
But that's how you know what the mentality is of Anthony, because if you are so connected and you are so with the youth and this, and this, and you will understand that the youth need to see more than that. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great that you know these people or you can get these people to show up, but especially when you're dealing with people of, when you're dealing with kids of color, we've got to show them that there are other ways to achieve success other than through entertainment or sports. It's like you're pandering to the lowest common denominator of what our kids need. So yeah, I mean, again, we already know that this was just something for them to film. If this was something he was doing on a regular basis, then I'd be like, well, I would even defend him. If this was something, then I'm like, well, nah, he's done 4 other events, and the other events, he brought in some lawyers and some doctors. This is just the one he wanted the cameras to see so he could show off who he knows. But the fact that, for all we can tell, this is the only thing you've done since the last time y'all filmed, yeah, I'm gonna need you to do better. And why wasn't Bravo invited? That was a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Bravo didn't say nothing. He'll probably say something later.
I don't think Bravo
Hey,
cares.
T. Hey, friend. T done slid in the chat. How you doing this Sunday morning, love?
What's up, friend? Hey, boo.
Right. Ace.
Speaking of T, the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be on Terrence's channel tomorrow night. And he better have some Moscato chill waiting for me in his abode. Okay. I need a charcuterie board waiting for me as well. Ooh. That is what I expect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. That's our expectations.
Those are the expectations. He know.
Ooh, Anthony said, Ace said Anthony clearly needs to be humble because nobody knows you, sir.
Not nobody knows you.
Nobody knows you.
Sir.
T said Anthony did his best. He did. That's, and to T's point, he said it in his live last night, but it is true. Really, Anthony is the only one that's really giving us anything on the show. I mean, Kim is doing too much.
Anthony is trying to produce the show, and it's not working.
T saying something. You finna have something. We'll see what he say. But yeah, y'all.
I'm finna have a charcuterie board and some Moscato. That's what I'm finna have.
Ooh, Ace said Anthony brought out 5 people. Clearly, he is not popping at all.
Ooh.
And T said you finna have some pigs in a blanket and an MD 2020. Ooh, not the MD 2020.
Not Mad Dog 2020.
Oh my God.
Y'all are fools. But yeah, y'all, that was pretty much this episode. I don't know if we're gonna get an episode next week. They say we are. Who knows? I don't know. I'm so unclear. But yeah, thank y'all for coming, joining us every Sunday and making this enjoyable, because somebody said it earlier, and I'm sorry for forgetting your name, but yeah, sometimes this is unbearable. So yeah, we appreciate y'all joining us every Sunday to do this. And if you haven't,
appreciate you.
Yeah, we really do. If you haven't already, please make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that y'all are subscribed to both channels.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, right? The TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And like Really B said, make sure y'all catch the Whether You Like It or Not panel tomorrow.
The Whether You Like It or Not panel will be recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac episode 2 tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Giving You the Real Teas channel. Y'all make sure y'all check us out. We have a really good time.
Yeah, y'all be kikiing. I'll be over there messing with y'all.
Even though Terrence be giving the Grand Dame a hard time.
Oh no! Oh yeah! I'm definitely gonna be over there tomorrow to mess with T. Not the Grand Dame. That's what you're not gonna do. Okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great, blessed week. Stay safe, and we'll let y'all know. Y'all get the notification. Make sure they on, and maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe not, but either way, have a good one. Happy Sunday, fun day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.